Sorry. I looked at you and I must have looked to my apologies.
Glanced briefly, I think.
Councillor Cooper.
Okay, so my question to you, Councillor Pandor, is Kirklees putting any areas forward to the combined authority for consideration as investment zones?
Yes, very early days, but we are putting forward 2 areas for the investment zone. One is they're both in Dewsbury. Councillor Firth, do you want to add anything?
One in Dewsbury and one in Batley.
One in Dewsbury, one in Batley, sorry, yeah. Councillor Turner, do you want to come in?
So I'll supplementary?
Just follow up on that. So,
okay.
Yes, we had conversation with the director responsible for this last week, and we are proposing to submit 2 bids, and we are building up those bids at the moment.
Councillor Cooper?
So supplementary, are you aware of 72 environmental organisations who've expressed concerns about investment zones on the fact that it takes away environmental protections that have exist under law, that the likelihood is that if any housing development is going to be done on this site, that affordable housing will no longer be a requirement, that everything we've done through the local plan will be negated, and that there's actually no real financial benefit to this council at all of doing them. So why are we pursuing investment zones?
Thank you, Councillor Cooper. Very, very good question, but you're probably aware that we are living right in the middle of a cost of living crisis. That's going to get worse. We've also seen, first time in my lifetime, the economic crash by a government that is now trying to actually do everything they can, and I fully support them in terms of what they're trying to do, in terms of bring back growth. So the investment zone idea was put forward very, very quickly, straight after Liz Truss and Kwasi Kwarteng were in office. These are very initial stages, but one thing I've already raised formally actually is due process and public scrutiny and public accountability. So on the one hand, I want the investment to come here. I want the jobs to come here. I want the housing to come here. I want the factories and the businesses and everything else that goes along with making sure that we grow our economy. But at the same time, I know that there are a number of organisations that you're aware of who have actually shown genuine concern in terms of affordability, for example, also the environmental impacts. There's also making sure that we actually go through the formal proper planning processes. So there's a lot of water to go under the bridge. These are just initial expressions of interest. And, you know, we need to look at every single opportunity to bring that investment forward. But at the same time, completely understand what you're saying. We'll have to keep on a very close eye on the detail. The detail will matter. I'll be very, very delighted if we actually get both bids through, because on top of the 2 bids that we put through, we've also got 4 levelling up bids that have been put forward. So there's a lot of things that are at stake. Councillor Cooper?
The whole point of investment zones is that they are getting rid of the protections that developers find to be problematic because they're expensive, the things which protect our environment, the conditions such as affordable housing, which are the things that we actually want to achieve. So if you're prepared to get rid of all those protections, if you're prepared to get rid of things like affordable housing, what makes you any different from a free marketeer right-wing Tory?
One of the main drivers, housing is actually one of the key drivers. One of the main drivers is actually employment, because it's employment that we need, and all the sites that we have. Like if we could actually have put sites to make sites, and we had assurances that due diligence would be carried out, we'd put all our housing sites forward. But unfortunately, because of the rules, employment is a priority. I accept that housing is an element as well in some of the schemes that we put forward, but let's wait for the detail, because you can't just, well, I don't know, but government probably could do it, but they can't just run roughshod and ignore everything that's actually enshrined in law. But these are very early stages, and this is it's only an expression of interest, if that. But I accept what you're saying, Andrew. There is a lot of detail and a lot of questions that we need answering before we actually go ahead with it, because we can't be seen to be just running horse and cart through a planning system that we have to respect.